Hey guys, welcome back to the Cellar. So I've been thinking about all these different movies that have these twists at the end that you definitely did not see coming. And there's a lot. So I put together a list of my favorite, and it's a long list. So we're going to do it in a couple of different videos, but today we're going to be discussing 5 of them. All right, so buckle up because you're in for a ride. I'll be right back. So I have 5 today that we're going to be talking about. I'm not putting them in any specific order, totally random order. It would be almost impossible for me to choose my favorite because there's so many great ones. So what I'm going to do is the first half of this video, I'm going to talk about the movie, what it's about, the characters in it, and then let you know before I say any big spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movie, you can click off and come back after you saw it. But I don't want to ruin these amazing, amazing endings for people who haven't seen these movies. So I will let you know before I give away too many spoilers. So the first of my list is High Tension. It was released in the USA June 10th, 2005. It's actually a French movie. It is about Alexia, who is going to visit her friend Marie's family for a holiday. So it starts off a little slow, this movie, and then it just, whew, it gets intense. It gets pretty crazy. Now, it's the evening, everybody's going to bed or sleeping. It's been a while since I saw it. And somebody breaks into the house. And this man literally starts killing the entire family one by one. It is pretty brutal. It's pretty disturbing. It's pretty gruesome. But boy, it is a ride. Now, I'm not going to go into the twist or the ending yet. That will be at the end of this video, but whew, that was some movie. The next movie on my list is Identity. Identity was released April 25th, 2003. It is starring Ray Liotta, rest in peace. It is also starring John Cusack, Amanda Peet. It is a stacked cast. The movie is about several strangers that get stranded at a motel in the middle of nowhere, and very odd, strange things start to happen, and they start dropping like flies one by one. So it's kind of like a whodunit. Who's killing these people? Is it one of them? Is it somebody else from the outside that you don't see? It is just a thriller, this movie. It is also another fun ride. If you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend seeing it. I will be coming back at the end of this movie to discuss the twist. And boy, is it a twist. The next movie on my list is Stir of Echoes, which was released September 10th, 1999. Now, this movie is starring Kevin Bacon. So I remember when I first saw this movie. I didn't see it in theaters. The trailer looked horrible. I'm like, okay, I'm not even wasting my time with this. Now, boy, was the trailer wrong, because this movie is ridiculous in a good way. It is about Kevin Bacon and his family. He goes to a little party where his sister-in-law does this like psychic trance thing on him and opens this door where now he is able to see dead people. Yeah, Sixth Sense. It is just pretty scary. A lot of jump scares. I remember seeing this for the first time and I was like, dude, like maybe I should turn these lights on because this is a little intense. The ending is even crazier, so definitely stick around for that. If you haven't seen it, definitely go see it. It is an awesome movie. Next on my list is Friday the 13th, which aired May 9th, 1980. Now, this movie is also starring Kevin Bacon, also Betsy Palmer. Now, who doesn't know Friday the 13th? This is Jason Voorhees' series. It is about a bunch of camp counselors, and they start getting murdered one by one by this maniac. Now, you don't know who the maniac is. This is the first movie of the series. You're assuming it's the ghost of the dead boy who died in the lake. And you find out at the very end who is killing these people. This is just a classic slasher, amazing movie. So next on my list is What Lies Beneath, starring Harrison Ford, Michelle Pfeiffer. This movie was released July 21st, 2000. Now, this movie is about Harrison Ford, Michelle Pfeiffer. They're a married couple, and you can tell that there was some infidelity on Harrison Ford's part a year ago, and something happened, an incident happened. And it's just, this movie is an amazing film. The ending kicks your ass. Like, it is intense. It's an awesome movie. It is just a little slow at times. You're not really sure what's going on. Like, is Michelle Pfeiffer losing her mind? Is she seeing things? It doesn't all get clear until like the very end. And then you're like, okay, now I get it. Now I get why she was experiencing what she was. It is a supernatural thriller. I don't know if I want to call it a horror. To me, it didn't really feel like a horror, but it's definitely that supernatural thriller feel. It is a great movie. It's one of my favorites of hers. I loved it from start to finish. So now I'm going to go into the ending. So if you don't want to hear spoilers, then stop the movie now because I'm doing spoilers. I am going to be speaking about the twists at the end and what goes on exactly. So click off now if you don't want to hear. First, I'm going to start off with the first one on my list, high tension. So this man breaks into this house. He is killing the family one by one. He kills the entire family. Everybody besides, the two girls are still alive. They're fighting for their lives. Now, the friend, she is doing whatever possible to save her friend. Like, she's putting herself in really horrible situations to get her friends out of there. So the final scene is you see her opening up looks like an ambulance or something. The friend is in the back of it. Now, you can clearly see that her friend, who's tied up now in the back, is scared of her. Why would she be scared of her? Maybe because she was the killer the entire time. So yes, the friend that was brought to the family house for the holiday, for the vacation, ends up murdering the entire family. She's psycho. She was in love with her friend the whole time, and she just wiped out this poor girl's entire family. And now she's like, here, I'm here to see. She has no idea that she's the actual killer. It is pretty crazy when it unravels and it shows you like her killing the little brother, her killing the father and the mother, and it's just like, whoa, dude, I did not see that coming. I did not know that this girl was completely bonkers and just massacred everybody. If you haven't seen this film, go see it. I cannot stress enough. There's no subtitles. It's dubbed, but it's not annoying. Like, it is, I don't like dubbed. I don't like subtitles, but boy, like, I own this film and I will watch it over and over and over again. Next is Identity. So Identity, like I said, they're all trapped at the motel. They start dropping like flies. They're all looking at each other like, who is it? Are you the killer? Ray Liotta, are you the killer? You actually find out that Ray Liotta's character, who you think is a cop, is actually an escaped convict. So you're thinking he's the killer. Then you're thinking maybe Amanda Pete's doing it. Maybe John Cusack's doing it. Then they start seeing like we have something in common. We all have the same birthdays. Our last names or first names all have a state. This is really a weird coincidence. So it becomes kind of like a supernatural type of thing. It's like, is this place haunted or is it ghost? No, dude. All of these people are in some guy's mind. He has split personalities, and every single one is a personality. So yeah, okay. So let me just rewind back. During the movie, you see this bald man. He's sitting at the table and he's surrounded by other people. Now, he's clearly on trial for murdering a bunch of people. You're like, what does this have to do with the story of the group of people at the motel? I'm thinking maybe he murdered the people at the motel. No, all these people are in his mind. Yeah. So they're trying to figure out if we could get rid of the bad personality, the murderer in his brain, will he then become harmless? Okay. So they're having him like basically kill each personality one by one, and you're left at the end, or you think you're left at the end with Amanda Peet. Now she thinks, now she's in his head. She thinks, la la la, like things are great. I'm on the farm I just bought, and I'm living like a happily ever after. And she digs up, she's like she's planting flowers, and she finds a hotel or motel room key. And behind her, she sees a little boy who she thought, one of the personalities that she thought died back in the motel. And he's like, whores don't get a second chance, and kills her. He was the bad personality. He was the one killing. There's so much to this movie, you have to see it, but he was the bad personality. He was not murdered, and Amanda Peet was then murdered. So this man that they think he's cured, he only has a good personality left, no, he's not cured, and ends up killing the doctor and the other guy in the car. It's a pretty crazy movie. It's a pretty crazy ending. Go see it if you haven't. Next on my list is Stir of Echoes. So Stir of Echoes, like I said, he opens the door to his psychic abilities. He starts seeing ghosts around his house. Now you find out that he is really seeing a ghost in his house. The ghost was this poor girl who was murdered by his neighbor, he's actually renting the house out from. The body is in the house, and she's trying to tell him, like, dude, I'm buried here. Find me. Like, I need closure. I need you to figure out who killed me. You find out who killed her. It's pretty sad. It's pretty horrible. But boy, I did not see that ending coming. Like, it was just, whew, their scene's pretty hard to watch. There's one where she's being attacked by her killers, and you see her nail just kind of like bend, pop off. It was like pretty disgusting, and like, ugh, you get the chills. But it's an intense ending. It is not anything I expected the entire movie. So next is Friday the 13th, also starring Kevin Bacon, that we discussed earlier. Now, the whole time you're thinking that maybe it is the poor boy who died in the lake. We don't really, you know about Jason, you're hearing stories, but we don't really know who Jason is yet, because this is the first in the series, right? So you find out at the very end, no, it's not Jason who's doing it. It's not his ghost. It is his mother. His mother lost her mind and is killing these counselors. Like, you guys are responsible for killing my son. I'm going to make you all pay. Yeah, the first time I saw that movie, I had no idea. I had no idea what I was watching. And then I was like, oh, okay, this is what it is. So I'm sure it shocked you guys as much as it shocked me. The next and the last on the list is What Lies Beneath. So this movie, again, is the movie with Harrison Ford and Michelle Pfeiffer. So at the end, you figure out that, okay, Michelle Pfeiffer is not losing her mind. She's actually seeing a ghost. She's seeing a ghost. And now this ghost is the woman her husband had an affair with. Okay. So Harrison Ford, being the cheater that he is in this movie, he owns up. He's like, listen, I had an affair with this woman. I don't know what happened to her. Michelle Pfeiffer was like, okay, why is she haunting me? She must be dead, right? The twist at the end is Harrison Ford killed her. Yeah. So it's her ghost coming back for, like, I want revenge. I want you to find out that your husband's a douche. He killed me. He had an affair with me and then killed me because I was going to tell you. Now, you could tell this guy's a stand-up guy. She then figures out that, okay, he murdered this girl, and now he's gonna try to murder me. Like, she's a fight for her life. She has to fight for her life at the end, and she's a badass woman, and she survives. She kicks his ass. He's done. But it is just, I did not expect it. I did not expect this movie to be like that, a supernatural, like, this is actually, I thought she was losing her mind the whole movie. Like, I really thought she was. And she wasn't. She was really seeing a ghost. This movie is badass. I don't, people are not really talking about it as much. I haven't really seen it like aired anywhere in years. It is just an amazing, amazing movie. So if you haven't seen What Lies Beneath, go see it. Go see it. So that is my 5 for today. I have so many more on the list. We're going to do other videos with my other top favorites. So make sure you look out for those and you're subscribed. Let me know down below if you've seen any of these movies, like what you thought, if you saw it coming or if you were completely shocked. And as always, make sure you are following me on social media, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll be right back.